So let's get into this. You've got the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords can be a temporary break. It can be recovery after an illness, like even flu or something, right? But it's healing. It's where we take a time out. Now, if it's a relationship, you know, and we do have the Lovers here, so this can play out however you use these energies. Remember, you use the energies, right? But it can be a temporary break in that. So maybe it's like, hey, let's take some time apart, or from work, taking a vacation, taking some holiday, or if there's been an argument, it's like, look, you go sit around, you go to your corner, I'm going to go to mine. Let's let the dust settle. It can very much be that energy, but it's a time of rest, time of healing that we've gone through. I've seen the Four of Swords more this past week in my client readings than I've ever seen that bloody card come up. And yeah, I get it. People have been going through a lot. It does imply healing of an old wound if we do the works. Not everyone's going to do it. So this can be sulking as well for some people, I sometimes see. But for the people that have done the work, the Three Swords, they've been pulled out of the heart. The Three of Swords is before it, right? The grief, the pain, the loss. The old stories that we told ourselves, they've been removed. That's why they're hung up on the wall. No more fighting, no more, none of that. That's why he needs a break, because he's gone through a lot emotionally. And he has this sort of truth there. And pretty spectacular that the Queen of Swords comes out with this. She knows who she is. She's all about authenticity, speaking her truth, living her truth, expressing from her own individual truth. And that's all any truth is. There's no such thing as an overall truth. I know people like to do that. Well, that's not right, or that's not fair. Yeah, that's not right or fair for you, but it doesn't mean the other person might have their own truth which backs up what they're doing, no matter how vile you think that act is. But with her, she's done this a million times. She's gone through loss, she's gone through grief, she's gone through pain, and it's made her who she is. And she lives from that truth. And she's not afraid of anything. I always think she's so fearless, the Queen of Swords, because what can anyone truly do to her? What can anyone truly do to her? If you kind of broke your butt, think about it physically, and that's not what she is. She's about thoughts. But if you physically went in, did something, broke a bone, healed a bone, you were ready and strong, and you're like, wow, it's cool. You know, breaking bones ain't that hard. I can heal them back. You'd go even crazier, right? And that's what she does with her thoughts, her ideas, her speech. Damaged people are dangerous. They know they can survive. The more you survive, the more you know that, you know, nothing's going to take me down. I can keep going back out there. So it kind of feels like for whoever this message is for, this is a time of rest. Now, for some of you, you've taken some time for rest or taking a step back, even if not literally. This is about not arguing, might be not talking, which I know I realize I'm speaking to Gemini, not talking, but figuring out what are my thoughts, what are my beliefs, how do I feel about this? What are my stories around this? And I kind of feel like some of you, you're ready to come back. You're ready to come back and do something new out of this. So this feels like the in-between place. We're at that in-between place. We've kind of recovered from something. You're a new person, but you don't kind of know where you're going. And you have the Lovers coming up here at the heart of this. Lovers is the card for Gemini. I've been thinking about this card a lot. For those of you that follow me on social media, you know that one of the reasons I've not been around posting videos is my dad lost his twin a week ago, just over a week ago. So I've been thinking about twins and Geminis, and they're not Geminis, they're Leos. But, you know, this is the card for that. That's what the Lovers is. Two halves of a whole. Even though they're totally different. The dark and the light, the yin and the yang. And it's the illusion that there's any separation between the two. They are one. They make a whole. And so the Lovers, like the Devil card, it's the illusion. This is the illusion of being separate. And the Devil is the illusion of being stuck. They're two sides of the same coin. I always say that. So for you guys, what do you love? What do you love? If I said to you, don't worry about, you know, whether you should or shouldn't love it, because that's what I don't understand why people do that. But that thing of, well, you know, I would love this if I could have it, but otherwise I'm not going to love it. But you love what you love. The heart's already picked with the Lovers. So did someone take a break to go figure out how they could get their head around what they love? Doesn't have to be a relationship. Can be a job, can be a hobby, can be your family, whatever it is, right? It's going to be whacking my hands around. But with the Lovers at the heart of this, it's straight up asking you that. What do you love? What do you love? Now, let's get real. For whoever this is for, it might just be one person that this message is for. Are you afraid to admit what you love because you lost what you loved in the past? Reason I say that is both of these two. We have the Five of Cups coming up as a past energy. So there's been some loss. There's been some grief there. Or, there's been a focus on what's not there. No support, no whatever. The Three Cups can indicate the Three of Cups, which is support and love and your inner circle. But he's also focused on what's not there. He's not looking at what is there. Do you see what I mean? So that's not a bad thing. Whenever there's been loss, that's not to say there hasn't been loss. There probably has been loss. But when we lose something, we honor it. Yes, we honor the grief. We honor the loss. But it's when we get stuck here. I don't feel like you're stuck here. This is the emotional hurt. But I can see why there would be a retreat. And it is a retreat. Or I don't want to deal with the heart stuff. Let's just go to the head stuff now. I've been hurt. Whether I dealt with it well or didn't deal with it well, whatever, each of you are going to have done. Some of you have been through the mourning process. Healed yourself. They're both cards of loss, guys. Four of Swords and Five of Cups. Loss of a relationship, a job, a loss of something that you love, of support, anything. Even if there's not been a loss, you've been healing. They both require healing. They both require a timeout for while you honor what is not there. You honor what's not there. That's why she comes out. You've done this. You're the Queen of Swords. Amazing. But then why is it you've gone through all of that? Why is this Eight of Swords coming up? The Eight of Swords is I can't. It's fears, it's doubts, it's the little story, that little bugger in the head that keeps telling you, well, you can't do that. You're too fat, you're too skinny, you're too young, you're too old, you're overqualified, you're underqualified. The economy is shit. No one's going to believe you. They're going to say no to you, whatever. This is all of that shit that we can come up with to keep ourselves safe. It is to keep ourselves safe. And that's why whenever you tell people, oh, well, you could do this. And they're like, no, I couldn't. That's the Eight of Swords. That's the Eight of Swords that pipes up first when people say, I don't have any choices, or I can't do this, or you don't understand. I'm like, no, I understand that you've got 8 swords kind of nattering away at you, keeping you trapped. But she doesn't get trapped like that. She doesn't get trapped like that. And you've obviously been through something amazing. You know who you are, my lovelies, but it's like, how do you translate that into what you do next? Now, if you're in a situation, if you've gone through some massive stuff, for some of you, this is long gone. This can be last week, last month, last year, whenever. And remember, this is a weekly. It's not monthly. It's not the extended read that I did for April. It's a weekly. It's for focus. And so with the focus here, it's saying, what do you love? And why do you think you can't have what you love? Now, a lot of times, the reason we can't have what we love is because we have a very specific idea. Is I need it to be that one person. If I can't have John, I don't want anyone. If I can't have that job, that's what you've got it thing. But it's the feeling. It's the feeling. It's not the kind of exact packaging of what it is. And you don't have any pentacles coming up. You've got 2 massive major arcana energies going right down the middle. And, you could almost ignore all the rest of it. This is just filler, kind of explaining what the situation is. But I'll make it concise for you guys. You guys are Gemini. You're like, give me the information fast, Jay. Information here is pick out what you love and then bloody go for it. Take a leap of faith. And it will be a leap of faith. It's going to be scary and there's no guarantees. And you don't know where you're going to land. So I'm not going to sugarcoat that and say, yeah, it'll work out great. You don't know that. But that's the point. The point is not, will it work out? Or will I get what I want? The point is if you love it, why are you not doing whatever it takes to get to what you want? And for a lot of you with the fall coming up in the future, it's like anywhere but here kind of feeling. It's like you want a new experience. You don't want to feel like this anymore. You're done with the healing. You're done with the grieving. You're done with the not talking. You're done with the no fresh ideas. Whatever's been happening, you've become this Queen of Swords now. Remember, it's not about genders, so don't get stuck on I'm not a Queen of Swords, sorry. It's, it's her energy, and her energy is of truth, expression. She'll charge into anywhere. She'll go anywhere and speak her truth. and she expects the truth back. But it is head and heart. That's what's coming in him. And that's why this is the I can't. But that's why faith is required. You don't need to have faith in the path or anyone else or whatever. Have faith in that you love, that you want that feeling. That's what your heart's calling you to. They're not called the thinkers. They're called the lovers. And the fool has faith in himself. He has faith that there will be support when he needs it. He's trusting. He's excited. What if I told you right now that you could, go anywhere but here? You could go have a brand new experience. Those of you that are perfectly happy where you are, joyous. You're excited. You get up every morning and you're excited. This is not your reading. This is not your reading. This reading is for those of you that you're coming out of some healing, some break, something difficult that happened. Now you want something different. But because it's almost like a four of pentacles. That's how it kind of feels energetically, which is, I'm stable and whatever, but I don't want to risk anything. But it's not, because you're not building something. It's so much. It's about you. Are you doubting yourself? Because you're the bloody Queen of Swords here. She never doubts herself. She survived every shit thing that's been thrown at her. And so will you, Gemini. You're wily and you're cunning and you can work around it and you get the information. You'll know what to say. And that's him, the fool, ready to go, he doesn't care. That's why he's called the fool, because he's innocent. People say to him, where are you going? I don't know. What will you find there? I don't know. Then why are you doing it? Because it's fun. It's a new experience. I want a new experience. I'll give you some examples. For some of you, maybe you lost a job and it was very difficult. And now you're ready to go and pursue a different kind of career or a relationship. You were really you lost a relationship and you were hung up on the way a relationship went. And it's no, I know that happened. And it's not saying that you don't regret what happened or you don't miss what happened. That's missed opportunities as well. But it's I can't stay here. I can't stay trapped by this natter in my head. The head got you through a lot. Let's not deny that, Queen of Swords. But now it's time for the heart. The heart's you're good. You're good. Let's go somewhere. Let's go find something new to love. Let's go express our feelings somewhere else. Your advice is the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups. How this almost works out is that if you could imagine I don't really see her as shy, but if you had these two queens, and she was the one that was really shy. But she knew what she loved. And she was oh my God, I really want that. I really want that dress in that shop. Or I really want to walk into that bar or restaurant. But I'm feeling shy. I'd love to. I want that experience. This Queen of Swords, her friend, would be yeah, let's go. She'd go barging in. How much for that dress? Can we have a table by the window? She doesn't care. No one can say or do anything to her. She has the ideas, she has the knowledge, and she's ready to go figure out new stuff, right? So there's that combination. But I want to have a look at the Eight of Swords. Everyone's fears and doubts are going to be different, but that's very clear. The Queen of Cups is go for what you love now. You have the tools that you need mentally to get what your heart wants. And some of you don't know what your heart wants. Some of you do, though. That's what I'm getting from here. That's why you connect with your heart, the lovers. Go find something to love. How do you find what you love? In any given moment, think, what would I love right now? What does my heart want right now? I don't want tea, I want coffee. I'd like to go for a walk. Let me go sit outside, excuse me, in the sun for 5 minutes. I was having a conversation with someone this morning. Excuse me, my throat just went there. I was having a conversation with someone this morning and they went into peace and serenity and stuff. And I said, peace and serenity doesn't come, it's about finding it in the moment. And I said, what would bring you serenity right now? Do you want to go sit outside for 5 minutes? And they were oh, didn't think about that. Page of Cups, Princess of Cups. The Princess of Cups or the Page of Cups, there's something in the cup. It needs to be nurtured. It needs to be grown. This is very much about looking in the other direction from an emotion. That's what it's kind of, or you're very aware of there's the beginning of an emotion or something that you has stirred your, I love that. Ooh, it's very innocent when we get to the Page of Cups. Could be the expression of an emotion. Someone might have said something to you that stirred something emotional, but it's you don't know what to do with it because it's where's the guarantee? All we've got here are bloody thoughts and feelings. There's nothing stable. There's nothing solid. There's nothing bankable here. But there doesn't have to be. That's enough for you. The I can't is applied to you. I'm trapped. I need to do. No, you're not. You've gone through too much. You've already lost so much. But you survived it. So you can stay here or you can go somewhere else. All right. Let us get you some oracle cards. When I get the Four of Swords and the Eight of Swords, I will say this. As much as swords are our thoughts or ideas and how we communicate, it can be where we're not communicating now. I mean that in a very specific way, though. For some of you, you're speaking, but you're not saying all the right things because it's like talking around stuff. You know, the sins of omission. You're not lying, but we're not revealing everything. That Page of Cups says that, especially around the emotions. Because she will speak it. She has no problem. She's coming up as an underlying energy. It's like, look, let's just go speak it. And it's speaking about feelings, speaking about what I love, speaking about going for what you love. That's what this is about. Very clear, right? With those two. But have a look. Spend some quality time together. It's imperative that we spend quality time with those we are in significant relationships with, listening and talking to each other. But what are we listening and talking about? That's what's kind of makes me wonder. Here, look, the heart of the matter. There is more going on than meets the eye. Recognize what this is all about. Doesn't surprise me. It's time to play detective. But not just with other people, with yourself. I don't see it as there's no conversation. I mean, for some of you, it might be because that's long distance. But it's like we're talking around the things that actually count. Because it's that fear. And it's like, just jump straight in. You won't know. With the Fool there. And the Fool is a whole new, brand new cycle opens up for us. Brand new experiences. We're going in, you know, there's no maps. When the Fool shows up, we don't have a map. And we don't have a map because the only maps we have as human beings are where we've been. You don't want to go back where you've been. You spent a lot of time and energy erasing that, removing that, getting rid of that. Now it's time to go in another direction. Go and have a different experience. Exchanging gifts. Now, exchanging gifts is like the Six of Pentacles card. And it's the law of giving and receiving. Giving and receiving. Now, I love the fact that it says gifts in it. And she's all about unconditional love. You express your truth, your feelings from a place of pure expression. Don't worry about the expectation. Don't worry about what the effect will be. You do it because it's in you getting ready to go out. Like if you love something, say I loved you. I owe it to myself to go up to you and say, Gemini, I love you. Now, if you turn around and say, Jay, I can't stand you. Get the hell out of my way. That's the worst thing that I could ever imagine. If my love is true, I'd be like, that's cool. That's cool. You know, I still love you and I get it. And I won't bug you. Don't worry. And I leave. Now, think about that. It says exchanging gifts. Whatever you express purely like from that is my truth, that is how I truly feel, without trying to manipulate, without trying to get other people to behave in a certain way, you're doing it as a pure expression. It will always come back to you. Maybe not in the immediate exchange, maybe not from that person that you expressed it to, but when you express anything, you don't just express it to that one person or that situation. You're expressing it to the universe. And it's almost like, wow, look at Gemini, or look, they're expressing their love. They're putting that energy out there. Let's send them more love, and you'll get it back in some way. And that's what exchanging gifts always reminds you. And it's not just about giving, it's about receiving too. If everyone gave, who would receive? If everyone received, what the hell would we receive? No one would be giving us anything. So it's always balance between giving and receiving. Exchange. And I kind of feel like it's exchange of thoughts and feelings. And this could very well be about relationships. It doesn't have to be romantic. There's nothing to indicate that here. But it's going for what you love. And for some of you, that is the career you've always wanted. The home you've always wanted. I want to get up and go race bloody cars or something. Like whatever it is. I've worked with people every day who they have very huge lives. It's not just always about a romantic relationship. But there's more going on here. And I think especially with this, the heart of the matter, it's what's at the heart of the matter is you. What's central to you from your heart space? Here we go. Dear you, it might be hard to believe you'll ever get to where you want to go, feel the way you want to feel, and find peace and security, but you can. There's lots to celebrate in this life, but first you need to let go of this attachment to achieving certain results. It's easy to get caught in the endless loop of wanting this or that so you can feel safe. The only way out is to surrender the attachment. Empty yourself so you can be filled with something new. The compulsion will be lifted and peace will come. Trust that something better awaits, that something new will open up and you will see new opportunities for fulfillment. The truth is, whenever you get into the loop, what you're really looking for is spirit. That connection is where the power, the peace, and the purpose lies. Everything else follows after that. Give yourself a hug. We've got you. Loving you so, so much. And it is that. And it can be worrying. But guys, you've already survived so much. I know you're at this place where this is fears and doubts. And fears and doubts serve their purpose because it shows us what, where we're being cautious. It's not always a bad thing to be cautious. But once you've gone through all of that, is it true? Is it true? Those are the thoughts. And it's that whole head and heart balance. Because the four is you just need to have faith in yourself. Can you have faith in yourself? Do you trust yourself to take care of yourself? Do you trust yourself to give yourself what you love? And if you can do that, and those are almost like the twins, the two queens, the head and the heart, the lovers. The heart knows what it wants. Is the head on board to do this? It's the head's job to give the heart what it wants. I always say that. And then you can take that. It's a leap of faith though. And that's the whole point of it. Fun, exhilarating, right? Or scary as hell as well. I get it.